first book, Goodbye, Lark Lovejoy. Chris Klink is following it up with Sissy Klein is Completely Normal. She joins us now live via Zoom to talk about her second book in the new book in the second installment of the Enchanted Rock series. Chris, it's so nice to talk to you. Thanks for making time for us today. The title of this book would imply to me that Sissy Klein may in fact not be completely normal.
If you read the book, you'll know why there's a joke in it, but there is some irony there. Her mother is a little bit of a Pollyanna and is very socially conscious, and anytime something goes awry, when mother doesn't have control and can't fix it, that's just completely normal. It's kind of like putting whipped cream and sprinkles on it, and that's how she makes it all okay. And so, yeah, Sissy's life is not normal at all.
Okay, let's talk about what inspired you to write this second book in this series. Did you know that it was going to be more than just the one, and that there was more of a story to tell?
Well, my publisher, when we were doing like second edits on the first book, my publisher was encouraging me to make it into a series, and so I had built in some extra threads that I could pull along the way. And then when I went back to write this second book, I had characters I thought I was going to write about, and I kept going back to this little, I don't know, whisper of this character that's only in the book like in 2 scenes. And I wanted to know more about her. And we see this kind of jerky guy who is a drunk, and he's not very nice to women. And Sissy is his wife in the first book. And we get to really dig in the second book. And so I kept wondering, like, what is she like, and what's her story, and how did she get there? How did they end up together? And so it kind of goes, we've all seen these couples one way or another, either we ask about the guy or the girl and go, how did she end up with him, or why are they still together? They don't match. And so that's what I wanted to know, the why between that in that marriage. And so it was really fun to do this deep dive. And as I got into it, I learned things I didn't know when I wrote the first book. And so I feel like it turned into a really great story, and made me feel good. I hope it makes the readers feel good to learn her story.
Let's talk about the setting of these stories. They're set in Middle America. Why do you find that so interesting or so generative in your writing? Why does that inspire you?
Well, I grew up in Amarillo, so I always felt like we were not quite Southern and, not quite Midwest, but I do think there's a commonality in the Midwest, in Middle America, hardworking, there's an agricultural component, there's the oil and gas component, and, we talk about the agriculture, all the way down to Fredericksburg, the wine country, there's the Texas Hill Country wine trail. And so that really was a match for these stories, and there are things in these stories, like in the first book, we learned that Lark went to Texas Tech, so it's kind of fun to drop in little pieces of Texas wherever I can.
Chris, tell us where people can get your books, where they can make those purchases, especially ahead of the holiday season. Where are they available?
They are available anywhere books are sold. The ebook, they can get the ebook anywhere, Amazon to Kindle, Barnes & Noble. They can get the paper book in any bookstore. The Burrowed Owl, your fabulous indie bookstore, or Barnes & Noble in Amarillo. If they don't have it, they can order it. Also, there's an audiobook that you can get through Audible, and the narrator did a fabulous job. I'm really excited for people to get to hear the audiobook.
Chris Klink, thank you for taking us deeper inside of this world that you have created. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks so much, and congratulations, Andy.
Absolutely.